The New York Giants. A team filled with young studs and proven playmakers. Sterling Shepard, Landon Collins, Olivier Vernon, Dalvin Tomlinson, Evan Engram, Eli Apple. Okay, maybe not Eli Apple. JPP, DRC, Damon Harrison, Janoris Jenkins, and Eli Manning. Probably. So with a team filled with young studs and proven playmakers, and Eli Apple, I ask you this. How did the Giants end up going 3-13? How can a former 11-5 playoff team regress to the second worst team in the NFL? I don't care how many injuries you have. Surely an 11-5 playoff team has enough backup talent to warrant more than 3 wins. Some Giants fans blame coach Ben McAdoo and GM Jerry Reese. And yes, we all know that Reese and McAdoo were horrible at their jobs, but some people still don't buy that's the reason for the Giants' demise. Some people think 2016 was just a fluke, and this Giants team was never talented enough in the first place. But Giants fans now are optimistic, because they've just hired a brand new head coach and a brand new GM. In fact, they're the very same person. And that man is Torian Jack, who has come out of retirement to lead this Giants team. At the young age of 25, he became an NFL GM, where success followed him around the league. When he made the jump to head coach, he went to the NCAA, where he won multiple national championships with 2 different universities. When going to the NFL as a head coach, he was extremely successful, never having one losing season in his 7 seasons coaching. However, he never was able to grab a Super Bowl ring. Torian ended up retiring at the young age of 38, unsatisfied with never winning the big one. Now he's returned to coaching and GMing, and he's going to try to lead this New York Giants team to that Super Bowl he never was able to gain. As the GM and coach of the Giants, he'll be calling the plays on the field and calling the shots off the field. But even with a proven winner at the helm, some people still wouldn't be convinced.
In your face, all over the place. We're online 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station.
Welcome back to Redskins Radio. I'm Larry Zaberchek. People want me to touch on this Torian Jack hire for New York, so I'll oblige. Listen, I followed the Redskins for all my life, so obviously I have seen my fair share of Giants football. And let me get something straight. People talk on and on about the wasted potential on this team, and I don't see much potential on this team, period. OBJ is criminally overrated. Landon Collins is decent at best. Sterling Shepard, he's one-dimensional, and he has little room to grow. They have no reliable running back, and please don't get me started on Eli Apple or Eric Flowers or any of their many busts they've drafted. They latch on to washed-up veterans like JPP, DRC, and Eli Manning. 2016 was a fluke. I can't say it enough. 2017 showed the truth about this Giants team. Injuries don't matter. If this team was completely healthy, they would still finish 3-13, I guarantee it. I don't care if you brought Vince Lombardi back from the dead. Nothing will save this team in the near future, so I'm pretty sure Torian Jack isn't going to save this team in the near future. By the time they gain the pieces they need from the draft or free agency, their veterans will be long gone, and new holes will open. So sorry, Giants fans, but no new successes are coming anytime soon. Until they can figure out a way to draft properly and not be complete idiots, nothing good's happening for this franchise. What's up, Giants Nation? I'm Randy Bullock, and this is Giants TV. The 2019 football season is ready to start, and this Giants team has a lot to prove, led by new coach and GM Torian Jack. So without further ado, let's break down this roster. At the moment, the QB depth chart looks like this. Now, it's important to mention that Geno Smith most likely won't be returning to the New York Giants team. The important thing here is to see the veteran Eli Manning and the young quarterback Davis Webb. It's going to be interesting to see who Torian favors here. Here's the depth chart for halfback. Rumor has it that Orleans doesn't really want to be on the Giants, and he is a free agent coming up, so it's likely he will be released. But there are some young backs on this team, so it'll be interesting to see, again, who Torian favors here. At wide receiver, I personally think we're one piece away from getting to the promised land. At wide receiver number 1, we have Odell Beckham Jr., of course, the face of the Giants franchise at the moment, one of the best players in the NFL, period. We have Sterling Shepard, who's extremely fast, extremely talented, and has a very high ceiling in my opinion. Brandon Marshall probably won't stay with us for long and might start regressing. And to be honest, the wide receivers under that, they might not develop into a lot. So maybe this draft, we target a wide receiver, or maybe in free agency, depending on who's there. It really depends. In my opinion, we're pretty set at tight end, with the young matchup nightmare out of Ole Miss, Evan Ingram, and a very solid tight end number 2 in Rhett Ellison. I'm actually going to talk about the whole offensive line right now. Eric Flowers, I really don't want to bring him up. Not a very good player. Justin Pugh, a bit of potential. He's been solid for us. At 27, pretty young, has some room to develop. He's on a contract year. Hopefully he comes back. The less holes, the better. Weston Richburg, extremely good center, extremely high ceiling. We're definitely going to want him back, so I really hope we sign him, because again, the less holes, the better. DJ Fluker, it's a 50-50 toss for him if he's going to be good or not. And at right, we really need a replacement. Adam B, he might develop into something, but at this point in his career, he's nowhere near starting caliber. At left end, we got Giants legend JPP. Obviously not the same player he used to be, but he can still get to the quarterback, and he's still a very good tackler and has pretty good hit power. Behind him, we have a young 22-year-old in Romeo Okwara. I doubt he'll get many snaps, but again, very interesting to see if JPP has a future on this Giants team. On the right, we have one of my favorite Giants, Olivier Vernon. He reminds me of JPP in JPP's prime. It's insane. He can pressure the quarterback, very good tackler. He's amazing. At 26, he's a necessity. And behind him, we do have Avery Moss. At DT, we have Damon Harrison, an extremely skilled veteran. Behind him, we have the very young rookie, Dalvin Tomlinson, also extremely talented. And behind him, we have the also young Jay Bromley. Interesting to see if he can develop. At left outside linebacker, we have a pretty good player in Devon Kennard. Maybe not the long-term option, but for now, he's pretty decent. Middle linebacker is a huge need. Listen, Mark is okay. I love BJ in college. I loved him in college, but right now, they're just not going to cut it. We need to find someone. Another position of need that was injury plagued this season. Keenan Robinson first. He got injured with a groin tear, followed up by Jonathan Casillas, who got a foot fracture. Our youngest player, Akeem Ayers, ended up being the starter. Our youngest player, Curtis Grant, also had an MCL. At corner, it's interesting. We have Janoris Jenkins, who has proven he's very skilled, but at 28, how much more can he progress? And how much longer can he play at an elite level before he regresses to the point where he isn't the same? I mean, I'm a big fan of Janoris Jenkins, but we need to keep that in mind when it comes to contract time later in the road. Now, behind him, we have Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. Let's be honest, he's not the same person. He's not going to play at an elite level anymore. At this point, we really don't need him on the team. But that being said, behind him, we don't have the greatest backup at the moment in Eli Apple. I'm not the biggest fan of Eli Apple. I'm going to be completely honest. I think he's a bust. And I know it's only been 2 years, but I really don't think he has much potential. But you never know. We desperately need to upgrade at free safety. Darian Thompson's just not going to cut it at the NFL level at this stage of his career. At strong safety, we are 100% set with Landon Collins, the star of this defense. Him, Damon Harrison, Olivier Vernon, and maybe Janoris Jenkins are the lifeblood of this D. At kicker, we have Aldrick Rosas, and at punter, we have Brad Wayne. Overall, I'm going to be honest, I'm cautiously optimistic about this Giants team. I think that Torian has the potential to lead us into a direction similar to the 2016 Giants. Please stay tuned to Giants TV to get updates on free agency and mock drafts.